Hey guys, this is Nelle with Urban Athlete. I thought I'd bring you just a quick foam roll video here from home. I know you've all got one of these sitting in your closet somewhere collecting dust, so go ahead and pull it out and we're gonna get started. So the first one we're gonna start with, I'm gonna kind of take you through. We're gonna go upper body and then move into lower body. So the first one I wanna start with is just a little swimmer. So I'm gonna come down here. Lay down lengthwise on your foam roller. Tuck that chin a little bit. All right, core nice and tight, nice and flat against the foam roll. And we're just gonna reach overhead, thumbs up, okay? Reaching through here. So we're gonna do about 15 of these. You could do more if you have really tight shoulders. It'll kind of stretch through those lats a little bit too, a little bit of the chest. And 15. All right, now we're gonna reach up overhead, hands over the chest, and we're just gonna drive those elbows down to the ground. So nice and straight. Almost try to pretend like you could pinch the foam roller between your shoulder blades. Okay. Coming up here, really squeezing. This will really stretch the chest out a little bit too, guys, if you've got tight internal rotators. So remember, both the lats and the chest are internal rotators, so all these will help kind of loosen both of those up, especially if you're doing a lot of work from home, sitting, hunching forward. I've completely lost count. We're gonna do like 3 more. 2 and 1 more. Okay, the last one we're gonna do in this position is we're gonna do a little kind of sweeping motion, like external rotation of the shoulders. So we're gonna come here, thumbs up. We're gonna go up to 90 degrees. You're gonna flip your hands away from you so that the thumbs are down and your palms are facing towards your head. And then we're gonna reach over the head, try to clap those hands in the back. If you can't, that's fine. If you can only come to here, that's fine. Just do the best you can. Keeping those thumbs at a 90 degree, towards the ground until they get to 90 degrees. And then we're gonna rotate them back over and sweep them back down towards the base of the foam roll. Okay, so we're gonna do about 10 to 15 of these. So just kind of letting everything loosen up around that foam roller, letting it kind of assist you in some of that release. You can really slow it down if you need to. Do about 3 more here. 2. And last one. Good job. All right. So that kind of gets everything loosened up from the chest through the shoulders. I'm going to show you a little bit of work you can do on your lats if those are pretty tight. So you'll come off your foam roller for this. It's a little bit of an awkward position to get into, but basically you're gonna kind of lay on your side, thumbs up, okay? We're gonna roll, kind of putting a little bit underneath where the joint of kind of the shoulder and the lat kind of come together, or the arm and the lat come together, and you're just gonna kind of find a tender point. And what we're gonna do is just sit there for about 20 seconds, okay? We're gonna let everything loosen up, and then when I tell you to, after about 20 seconds, you're gonna roll forward a little bit, find another tender point. I'm gonna do 3 rolls per muscle group that we focus on today, guys. But if you're tight in certain spaces, and roll up a little bit, find a tender point, and sit. If you're tight in certain areas, you could certainly spend more time. I'm just kind of showing you the technique for the different groups. And we'll go 1 more, getting down into that lat. And you kind of have to position yourself, guys. Sometimes you have to roll forward a little bit, roll backwards a little bit until you find those tender points. If your head gets a little bit tired, you can kind of just hold it up the other side. And then we're gonna switch sides, coming around and do exactly the same thing. Come in here, reach it out, kind of finding that tender point to start. You may have one side that's worse than the other in different areas. We're gonna hold that for about 20 seconds. And we're gonna roll up a little bit. Again, rolling back towards that lat a little, finding another tender point. And then one more roll. For me, it's kind of right here. For you, it might be in different spots. Everybody's a little different. All right. So that kind of concludes the upper body little portion. Now we're gonna move into the lower body. I'm gonna start with the quads. So most people have a lot of tightness running through, oh, let me back up so you can see me. Running through the outside of their thigh down here. So kind of where that IT band region is. What I like to do though is to kind of loosen more of the lateral musculature coming from the quad versus being right on that IT band. So we're gonna do the lateral quad, we're gonna do a little work through the medial quad, and then we will do a little bit for the glutes, okay? So we'll start first with that lateral quad. So what you're gonna wanna do is get here, we're gonna start up towards the hip, coming down. You're gonna get in like a side plank position. I like to bring my opposite leg in front, okay? And then we're gonna roll towards the quad more, so not straight on that IT band. So basically where the seam of your pants would run, you're gonna rotate yourself just slightly in front of where that would be. You're gonna find a tender point and just sit here. And we're just gonna kind of think about it melting down a little bit, melting like butter. And we're gonna hold that for 20 seconds. Once we do that, or once you kind of feel like, okay, that feels pretty loose, we're gonna roll a little further. You go 20 more seconds. I'm gonna back up, so get back into the frame. Whoop. Get back into position and hold it here. So you wanna try to stay in as much of a straight line as you can, holding this position. And we're gonna roll one more time. And then maybe one more. Ooh, gets tight down towards the knee. So guys, you might need more than 4, maybe more like 6 rolls. Just don't cross that knee joint. Stop, you know, a little bit above the knee. Right. So you might want to do about 2 more rolls. Flip back over, and we're gonna go to the other side. I'll show you this way this time so you can see a little bit, maybe more clearly. I'm gonna switch legs. All right, I'm gonna bring my top leg forward as support. I'm gonna roll forward just a little bit so that I really get into that quad muscle. A lot of times too, guys, if people, like if you have runner's knee or, you know, light knee pain, a lot of times that's just a lot of tightness coming from the quads or somewhere in the leg. It could be pulling your knee a little bit and causing a little bit of pain. So kind of loosening all these up, especially if you're a runner, is a good idea. And roll. Sorry, I rolled and forgot to tell you. And roll. Whew, it's getting tight. But it's something we probably should do more than once a month, once a year. And then we're gonna roll one more time. Again, it might take a couple more rolls. I'm just trying to kind of give y'all some ideas here. So you might want to do a couple more. Get a little closer down towards the knee. All All right, so now we've done the lateral quads. We're gonna move into the medial quad. This one is also a little bit awkward to get into position. So you're gonna kind of angle your foam roller, put your leg up on it, come in here, whatever you wanna do with your body spine. You want your knee to be more like 90 degrees. You're not drop down here. You're just at about 90 degrees. I'm gonna come up onto my hands a little bit, and then we're just gonna open up that leg, guys. Really rolling into finding that tender spot. Like for me, I have to roll a little bit more towards the inside. Towards the outside of my leg. And we're gonna do 5 here, really squeezing that quad. 3, 2, and 1. Then we're gonna roll this roller out just a little bit, head towards the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're gonna do one more, rolling that down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Then we're gonna switch sides. Pop it up. Same thing. It takes me a minute to kind of get in position here. Bringing that leg up to 90 degrees. This one's not cooperating with me. And then we're gonna come here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of people roll their IT bands and they roll maybe the outside of their quads. They kind of forget about the inside, so make sure you're kind of getting all the areas. Reposition that a little bit. Good. And then we're gonna roll one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right, so that was a little bit of lateral and medial. Now we're gonna do a little bit of glute work, and that will be about it. So we'll back it up a little bit. So we're gonna come here. What I want you to do is you're gonna take and put your right foot over your left knee, and we're just gonna kind of roll into our foam roller with that right glute. And again, you're just gonna find a nice tender point. We're just gonna kind of chill here, just sit for a minute. We're gonna roll and find another tender point. Again, you might have to rock, side to side a little bit to kind of find those tightnesses. And last one. Maybe I'll go back a little bit toward y'all and holding. Go. Roll up. We're gonna switch sides. Come in here. That was my doggy snoring, if you heard that. Good, and roll. Find another point. Roll, last time. Make sure you're kind of trying to keep your chest up tall. And done. All right, so that was just some quick basics, a little upper lower body stretch. And again, feel free to stay as long as you want in each muscle group, doing about little 20-second holds before you move. A lot of people do have tight lower bodies, so it's a good thing to throw in after your workouts, if you're really working hard. So thanks again for joining me from my living room. Have a wonderful day. Bye.